Hi guys, welcome back to another daily tarot card. These are your daily tarot cards for Tuesday, May the 31st, 2022. Today we are pulling from Disney Villains Tarot deck. So we have the Hermit. And I get this isolation, but I feel like this is more like discipline. I feel like the isolation comes from where we're not going out to certain events and like concerts, and you see your friends doing these certain things, but you want to accomplish something. So you're not going to a lot of social events to save money. You're not, I feel like with the five of coins, there was this like feeling like I feel like I'm missing out, like FOMO, because I'm not spending money on unnecessary expenditures. But Spirit is reminding you that you have a goal in mind, that you want to sit there and buy a home or a car or just pay off debt, whatever this is. They're saying the discipline you have now will set you up in the future. You know what I mean? It is hard. It's hard to sit there and see like people are getting some cute outfits, or maybe go for away for a weekend and you're used to like buying trinkets and stuff like that, or you know what I mean? It's like spending frivolously without without constraint, and it's just like we're changing those patterns now. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's just like we see an end goal. You know what I mean? And we're setting ourselves up for success here. So this is a channel card that I saw. This is exactly why I pulled from this deck. So I saw Scar. He was on top of this hill. I thought this was a major arcana card, but it wasn't. I didn't see the pentacles, though. I really did think this is a major arcana card. But we see the Seven of Pentacles here. And we're talking about discipline. So discipline's a theme here. You guys know I film ahead of time. So until the 31st, there's double Gemini in the sky. The sun and the moon are Gemini. So we get this fun energy, the duality of the twins. We got Gemini, moon, and sun. So it's just like we were talking about this with the new moon forecast. Deborah Silverman, I watched her today, and it was just like she was talking about this in her forecast and projections, where just like how Spirit had communicated with me that, you may feel like this is a time to purge of inner work. This is a time to sit there and journal and sing. Or maybe, I believe Beyonce did this when she was, I guess, purging, journaling before Blue Ivy was born. So I feel like in that kind of sense where you're able to be raw. I don't know if you necessarily go back and watch the video, but I feel like it's just talking and getting it out. I know a lot of times when going through my widow journey, just trying to find my way forward, just talking to the universe. I have a close relationship with God. I'm not going to pretend like I don't. I respect everybody's belief system, even if you don't believe in anything. I feel like we all have free will. I'm not going to sit there and judge others because, they believe just in themselves. I think that's powerful if you just believe in yourself. You know what I mean? And it's just like, at the end of the day, we resonate with what we resonate. And who is anyone to judge anyone for their beliefs? As long as you're not harming anyone, I say all salute to you. So we're going to start off with the Hermit. Alone time is called for when the Hermit tarot card shows up. If you've been swept up in the hustle and bustle of life, the Hermit is clear sign to slow things down for a little while. And I definitely feel like, I was actually speaking to some people about this when I had like Shabbat, and it's like that, where it's that restriction where you show respect, in that discipline where it's just like you are asked to do prayers, at sunset. You are asked not to work during those hours. So it's showing that discipline. You know what I mean? Like you're allowed to buy things like food, like essentials, but you're like, spending, shopping, like indulging. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I'm just explaining this. I'm not trying to put that on, but I feel like, I was saying to them, it's like, when we sat there and we were outside, we were just watching the clouds and nature and everything. It was just such a relaxing time. And I'm like, I missed that, just have the peace, in my life again. You know what I mean? We definitely have peace, but just to be outside in that, when, Spirit had talked about how we are making the outdoors now, you know what I mean? Like in the wintertime, our living room and everything else becomes like our safe haven, for the winter. But it's just like in the summertime, it's like our backyards, our cottages, or whatever your place that you go to is now your safe haven. Make time to reflect on where you are in life and think about where you want to go. Journal, plan a mini vacation, or take a day off for self-care. You come out of this little break feeling refreshed, recharged, and ready to take on the world. Definitely, I felt that for sure. For sure, I felt that. Like, honestly, I was like, I felt like I was off for a week. I felt so replenished. Like, I'm not even kidding you, you know? But I feel like exactly like I was saying, this discipline that we have, especially with that five of coins, usually it's like, we feel like isolated, we feel alone. So this could be that darkness that they were showing with the new moon forecast. And it's like, we're really on the precipice of light again, where it's like, Tuesday, that beautiful crescent sickle will be in the sky. The light will be back into us. Friday, Mercury goes direct. We have Mars and Jupiter in conjunction with each other. So it's like we're going into that, where Deborah Silverman lovingly calls it her secret sauce. So I feel like that's the kind of energy we're going to. And I feel like this is what they're saying. We're setting ourselves up for this goal. I feel like this is where this discipline comes in, where it's like everything is in a content place at home. So it's not like you're constraining yourself so much where it's like, oh my gosh, like, this. No, it's constraint in a beautiful way where it's like you've learned the art of discipline. You've learned the lessons that universe has been trying to teach you. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's just like, keep going with this flow. Keep doing what you feel is right. The 10 of coins represents wealth, personal satisfaction, a happy home. You've mastered your goals and can now rest comfortably in peace of abundance. In a tarot reading, the 10 of coins card is a positive sign that things are going to work out in your favor. We've been getting that a couple times. Since last week, though, things are working out in our favor. We got the King of Wands, if I'm not mistaken. Talking about, like, ship about to come in with no harm to none. So it keeps coming in. So we go to the 5 of coins. So change and transformation, we definitely get with that. Represents an instability involving income of the or the home. The card suggests scarcity and the need to conserve resources. Rest assured, this situation is only temporary. If you need to get help through this time, do not be afraid to ask for it. I feel like that's what we're trying to avoid. I feel like I said, we're not spending money frivolously anymore. We've learned that lesson. It's like, kids want everything, summer break. They want X, Y, and Z. And it's like, you gotta, you know what I mean? Like, I tell my kids, it's like, well, we gotta pay, rent. There's certain bills that are associated with the end of the month, rent and the alarm, the house insurance and all this stuff. So I was just like, I understand you want these things. I said, but now is not the time. And they understand. Thank God they're understanding children. They don't, keep on about it. But it's just like sometimes we gotta, I know for myself, it's like I really didn't see it until I actually lived on my own. And I was just like, you don't realize how much those bills are until you're paying them yourself. So we have judgment here. So I get rebirth with this. I feel like they're showing that the traditional where the people are standing in the water. We're having a lot of communion right now where people are getting the young kids are getting their final communion and making their declaration of their faith. But I get in this sense, it's like, a rebirth of yourself where it's just like we were talking about, you don't have to buy people things for them to be in your life. And you should never feel that way. If they are only around you for when they need things, then it's just like, you know what? They're not even worth your time. When judgment is drawn in a tarot reading, it indicates you're nearing the end of a long, important journey. So I feel like this is touching on, we were talking about, I feel like was the new moon, where something in your life is leaving and no longer going to bother you anymore. And I felt like this is something healing from childhood. So it's from a trauma. I feel like there's this safety that's being returned to your world, and freedom is the word that Spirit is saying. I don't know if this person is going to jail or if they're passing away. We don't wish any harm to anyone, but I feel like in that sense where it's just like, that completion. While this could refer to conclusions in a big project in your life, such as building a home, obtaining a dream job, is usually referred to more personal inner journey. So this is exactly what I touched on with the new moon forecast and projections. And Deborah Silverman actually posted with her forecast for the 29th, 30th, and 31st. It was I was just like, just so jaw dropping to see her, say the same things that Spirit had shared with me for the new moon forecast. I was just like, dang, you know what I mean? And exactly what Spirit is talking about right now is like, journaling these inner feelings. Take some time to reflect on the steps that led you to where you are now. Appreciate the lessons you've learned along the way. Make peace with any missteps you've taken. A lot of us, unfortunately, make decisions on a whim or what we feel is best at that time because we're in an emotional situation. And it's just like, at that time, it seemed like it was a great decision. Myself, I know Spirit was like screaming, no, do not do that. And I was just like, one passage came out that really stood out to me. It was like, you cannot live by the sword for the rest of your life. Meaning, like, we can't hold this, like, grudge in us for the rest of our life. But the one thing I've learned over the years since Shane has passed is once someone shows you who they are, take that at face value, that's who they're always going to be. Doesn't matter what you do, how much you put into them, how much you tried to heal X, Y, and Z, they're always going to be that person. So jewels, gems, and gold cause Tamatoa to light up with pure delight. What makes you feel this way? What is your happy? When you are happiest? The sun encourages you to prioritize your own joy. If the sun is drawn during a tarot reading seeking clarity about a big project or goal, this card is a very positive sign. You're optimistic, you're glowing, will inspire others, and lead to success. Shine on. And I feel like it's just like, have your glow up, I feel like it's long overdue, especially when they're talking about a journey has come to an end, and it's your time to shine. I feel like in the positive way with Mercury retrograde, it's giving things a second chance that we didn't do it the first time. Let's get it right this time because we learned those lessons. We've healed. The trauma is a part of us still, but it's like we've learned those big lessons. And I feel like that's where it's just like, let's keep moving forward. So our channel card we hear is the Seven of Coins. You had a long path ahead of you and are working ahead to set yourself up for success. The Seven of Coins advises you to make decisions in the long term in mind. Carefully planning now will lead to big rewards in the future. And I feel like that's where they're saying here, it's like you're not going out and socializing. You're not buying dinners and going for drinks. And it looks like you're hanging out like maybe for brunch or something because it looks like you're at a patio and you're basking in the sun. You're drinking, it looks like a Caesar. They were saying mimosa, but I saw a Caesar. You know what I mean? And it's just like you're enjoying yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. You still can enjoy yourself, but not to the point where it's like you're content being broke. You know what I mean? I feel like we're doing things in a positive way. Doing things on a budget. I spend X, that's all I'm going to spend. Don't feel like you have to spend more. No. We're not always picking up the tab. We're not going out for drinks. Let's meet at our house and have a bonfire. You know what I mean? We're conserving our money and our energy. It's like, you know what I mean? It's just like there's, a point of like working hard and earning money and stuff like that. But I also feel like, they're saying you gotta rest too, So I feel like things that have been crazy lately are going to slow down and come into this nice little pattern. And I feel like that's where you're going to get that rest and rejuvenation. I feel like it's like, embrace it. I said that to someone a couple months ago. I said, everything's been just back to back to back to back. And she's just like, I know. And I said, I will never again sit there and be hard on myself when things get quiet. Because I was just like, I worked over the winter holiday for Christmas. And I was like, I felt guilty for, having a day off here and there. Not together, but like one here, one there. And I felt guilty because it's like I should be, earning money. I should be providing for my kids. So it's just like, it's like, don't ever feel guilty for that. You're allowed to put your feet up and relax. You're allowed to have a day for yourself. You're allowed to, binge your favorite show. You're not hurting anyone. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what we do to ourselves. Like, it's like, oh, we'll have fun later. But this is our life now. Let's have fun now. You know what I mean? In a responsible way. Because I definitely feel like this is, you have some sort of dream or idea of where you want to be in the future. And I feel like this is what's going to lead to it. So temporary pain for long-term gain. Like they're saying, your glow up is coming. You know what I mean? So it's like keeping discipline and moving in the right direction. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Tuesday, May the 31st, 2021, 2022. Oh my word, if I get in the right year. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card. Bye.